Hi, this is Apocrypho from APOC Industries, and welcome to day 9 of Nightfall. And today's goal is to find something. We're not sure what yet, but we're going to take a car out and do some exploring while some of this stuff stockpiles. We have lots of bots and stuff. We've got lots of rails. We need stone, so we might collect some stone while we're out as well. But we got a bunch of stuff stockpiled already. So, yeah, our job today is to find some more resources. Preferably some iron, some coal would be nice, and some stone. So we can just grab all this while we're going, toss it in the car. We need all this for building rails, basically. There's purple trees there, that's cool. We're going to try to avoid biters, but if we run into them, it's not going to be the end of the world. We've got a lot of turrets, we've got a lot of ammo. Wow, whoa! I'd say we've got to watch out for biters, and then we just kind of go and run into them. Holy jumpins'. I'm not used to how fast this car is going. I don't know whether I've got like some kind of like souped up mods on this car or something, but it's going. And this is going to be driving up Biter Evolution, but we want to be clearing these guys out at some point anyway, so if I accidentally run into them, might as well just take them out. Right? That makes sense to me anyway. And here is some more biters. These ones actually have some worms, which is kind of a bigger deal. I don't really want to pick a fight with these guys, but here we are already, so we're already picking a fight. So, might as well, we have started a fight, might as well finish it. Our trusty turrets will protect us as we run into them. Whoops. And with the death of those biters, or of those spawners, reinforcements are sent in, but they're not enough. Okay, so we have another large landmass over here we can explore. We're going to get the layout of our own sort of, I don't want to say continent, but you know, our own landmass first. Right. And going through the trees, good idea, bad idea, silly idea probably, more than anything. We're going to continue getting stack inserters until we get the +2 bonus. And driving through this stuff is clearly a bad idea. Oh my, I hadn't thought of that. Whoops. So the deforestation bots, they use some kind of poison cloud to kill the trees, and when our car is in it, it takes damage. That is probably ill-advised. Let's see what's over here. Oh, looks like this was just a lake. Okay, good to know. I still would rather avoid fighting biters if we can avoid it, but I mean, obviously, I don't mind fighting biters. We're in a good position right now to be able to easily take them out, so. But the more we take out now, the more evolved they get, and the harder they'll be to take out later. gonna take these guys out because they were just in the way. Sorry, guys. Nothing personal. We have our turret kind of placed back a little bit so that it can protect us. And we go in and deal with the worms while our turret deals with the fighters that spawn. And then after the next round of spawns, we can just slap down a bunch of stuff. And there's some other fighters that are coming right around here. Where are you coming from? Oh, probably summoned by the death of these spawners, which means that we're probably going to expect a few more to join us. Are we? Perhaps? Maybe not. Nope. Okay. Good. Good, good. It does help if I take all of my turrets. It's currently just past noon. You can see up on the clock here. So we're going to try and be back by dark because we don't want to be driving around in the dark, because then it's harder to see rocks, and the biters become a lot more dangerous because we do things like that, like running into rocks. And we would rather not do that. I do see another biter base up ahead that we might take out. Yeah, let's do it. Whoops. Oh, geez, getting surrounded. Very, very bad idea. Very, very bad idea. Not being close enough to arm your turrets, also a bad idea. For what it's worth. Alright. How are we looking so far? Still haven't seen anything interesting yet. And it's getting to be about... what's that? 1 in the afternoon? 1:30? We're just going to continue driving through woods. Probably be better to pick up our car and not drive through the trees, but rather walk through the trees. But hey, what can you do? You know what you can do? You can do exactly that. Oh no! No, you can't! Because our car is full of junk. Whoops. So we will not do that then. Is this desert? I wonder. I don't think so. I don't think the car slowed down at all when we went over here, so we're alright. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Well, we are not seeing any iron or anything yet. Worst case, we will just start sending a rail in a direction and using the radar, to explore. That wouldn't be the end of the world. And I guess these guys want to play. That's fine. Well, okay, I guess we are dealing with this biter nest too. This one has lots of rocks around it though, so we're going to try to be especially careful. Alright. Okay. I think we're actually going to go and take out this other biter base as well. And this will be the last of the stack inserter bonuses that we can get before we need blue science for it, which will be fine. This is the one that gives us the inserter bonus that we want. We may also consider going and clearing the last spider base kind of up here beside where the oil is, and we may go tap that oil before too long. At the very least, we can figure out something to do with the small amount of oil that we can get out of it, like getting advanced oil processing, something like that. I don't know. I'd like to have our map clear here as well, if possible. Here, we'll hop out of the car for a sec and just walk. There's that. Ah, jeez. We drive good. I do feel bad for all these trees that we're running over, but this is part of our new ecosystem that the biters are just going to have to get used to. You know, cars running over trees. And here we are. This is the last of the biter bases that we're probably going to be taking care of before heading back. This is now 5 o'clock and starting to get a little late. Past our curfew. Alright. This is just foolish to try and drive through. Surely we can find a better way home. There we go. Ow. I was like, oh, there's some copper there. Yes, that would be the copper which is in our base. We already have that copper tapped. Not completely tapped, and I don't think our iron is completely tapped either. So it's not like we're not struggling for resources. It's just, it'll be nice to have some more resources eventually. Right. We're going to replace this with a steel chest, so we can put in even more rocks. And we're going to put some of our extra coal to work. That's fine. By making a feeder chest for getting rid of some of our junk. And we're going to put that right here, I think. Right here. Gonna prioritize there, put this junk in there, and get inserter. And there we go. Now, we could absolutely have this better. Arguably. Input priority left. There we go. Okay. So something like that. That way, we know that it'll get used up. So even if we had like individual power poles, we could put them on here, and we know that they'll eventually get used up. That actually go on the belt? No. There we go. Because in the smelters, all of the fuel gets split into like half lanes. We know that no matter what we stick in there, as long as it's flammable, it'll get used up by the smelters eventually. So there we go. Yeah, well, that was, I won't say disappointing, not entirely surprising, but it does mean that we are kind of at a loss for maybe where to find some more resources. Let's build some more radars and see if we can build ourselves a little radar array that we can stretch down, and instead of having to go right away with rails, we can, for example, whoops, what am I running into? Tree, what are you doing here? Silly tree. Yeah, instead of having to run a rail or something down here, we'll bring some large power poles and build a radar array. And do we not have turret coverage down here? It looks like we don't, so let's fix that too. Alright. I feel like we may run into biters at some point while we're down here, but it is what it is. We're just gonna go as far away as we comfortably can before setting up an array of a bunch of radars that will eventually tear down. Here seems like a good enough spot. Okay, there's the last of that inserter capacity bonus we were talking about. What else do we need for this? Electric engines, then we can start getting some more nanobot speed and range and stuff, so let's do that. Alright. Seems like a good enough place. So what we are going to do is something like this. And where did our radars go? We got a whole bunch of them. We're just gonna slap them down. And this is gonna be a big drain on our power, but we can afford it because most of our stuff is stockpiling now. And we are going to defend these with some turrets. We aren't worried about spitters just yet, so this should be fine. There we go. And that will extend. So you see the radius that we have around here, that's about the range of a radar, so we can expect this to extend down to about here. And that'll at least reveal if we have any resource patches down there. That's all we really want, is to know if there's going to be any resource patches. So let's head back home through these rocks, which I cannot walk through apparently. And maybe bump up our power. How much landfill can we make? Not very much. It takes a lot of stone to make landfill. How many gates can we make? We can make a small gate right here. There we go. We also have an injured turret. So we'll fix that. Okay, there we go. We are also going to take out some of these radars because they are not so helpful. Power, we are going to fix up just a little bit by taking these and oh, it doesn't quite fit. That's too bad. If there were 2 tiles up, it would fit though. Oh well. Also, we could fit it here if we got rid of that wall and filled in just a little bit of landfill. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see. Fit there? That fits. We just need a little bit more. Okay, we're going to go for nanobot speed. Need a little bit more landfill. We do have some stone coming up from our stone mine, so we'll just grab some stone here and build a little bit more landfill. There we go. Currently 1 in the morning. If we're going to get attacked by biters, this is when I would expect it to be. No resources revealed yet. Our power is not liking this very much, though. Alright, so we need 1 more landfill here, and definitely 1 here. Alright. Okay, there we go. Can't walk through that. And now we need some more boilers, pipes, gears to build that stuff. Grab some gears and some pipes. Where's my pipes? We're going to build this first right here. And then we're going to build 2 burner inserters, 2 boilers, and 1, 2, 3, 4 steam engines. There we go. And that bumps up our fuel a little bit, or our power a little bit more. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can still support quite a bit more power out of this one little spot that we've got here. Might even be able to rearrange things to squeeze in a few more of these boilers. Especially if we start landfilling this area, we can fit in a lot more. That's not a big deal though. We have enough power for what we need right now. And right now, we are mostly just setting radars out so that we can look for resources. Once this gets all scanned, we'll pull this up and probably slap it out here. Hopefully we'll just see something though. Maybe even move it down here somewhere. Not sure. That'll be something we figure out tomorrow. How are all of our resources doing? We have lots of stuff. Ammo we could use more of. Let's uncap this. Build up a little bit more ammo. Yeah. 1,000 ammo should be plenty. Grab some more turrets. We have lots of inserters. Where'd our death box go? We have a box somewhere that has a pistol in it. There it is, right there. This is a special box because shows how many times that we have died. So we need a constant combinator so that we can wire this up. And select use colors, and if anything is greater than 0, and then this is set to red. There we go. That's our death box. And we're on our first life, so we're doing alright. That's the important thing. We're just about at the range here, where these have finished scanning what they can scan. Just about, looks like. Okay, so it looks like they have started maybe scanning again on the interior here. So, looks like we did not see any resources. That sucks, but it's also okay. Just means that we'll have to take this and move it a little bit further out. So for now, we'll grab this as a blueprint. We're going to call this Scouting Array. And we are actually just going to toss that in our backpack and put a new blueprint here. Oh, we already had a blueprint for that. Oh, that's got a lot more raiders. How much does this one have? 16. That's okay. We'll be okay with this one, I think. In any event, that'll be that'll be part of our job tomorrow. Since we don't seem to be, we seem to be pretty okay on our biter tax now. We'll move that radar array and keep scouting using that before we start building some rails. Thanks for watching. This has been day 9 of Nightfall.